Hello and welcome back to a new video here on the channel. So today we're going to go back to RaceRoom and we're going to take on the Audi A4 Super Tourer. So let's go and find out how it does. So if anybody knows me, you will know that I love mid-90s racing. I think that's where the passion for me really started. I love mid-90s cars, especially early 90s when there's V8s, V10s, V12s, a little bit of everything. I enjoy Le Mans. It was an era of the GT1 car and that fantastic battle of these road-built cars that were turned into race cars. And that was also taken into touring cars. The BTCCC, probably done it wrong there, had some amazing cars. And I remember mid-90s Audi appeared on the grid and they brought four-wheel drive and it absolutely changed the game. In the second year, they won the title in the first year with Frank Beila, amazing driver, went on to Le Mans success, but they neutered it in the second year with the four-wheel drive just being far superior on starts, traction and in the wet. So we're going to go and take this one around the Nurburgring and see how it does. It's only got 305 horsepower, so it isn't the most powerful thing in the world. But let's see how it does. I'm reckoning probably about a 7:30 30. I reckon it's going to be a bit slower than a modern day world touring car that we have done. And probably around a GT4 kind of pace because, yeah, 305 horsepower isn't a lot. Yes, it's 1,100 and a bit kilos, but it's not a lot of power. So let's go and see how it does. Right, the Audi Quattro here in the Super Touring era versus Nürburgring. I don't believe Super Tour has ever raced here, but let's see how it does. So across the start finish line, bump the limiter there, hard onto the brakes, little lock up, but it's okay. Rides the curbs well and back on the power. Naturally aspirated engine up front, singing, sounds glorious. RaceRoom really gets the sounds right. Right, flat out into the first technical section. Hard on the brakes. Can we get over the curb? Not quite there. This car definitely enjoys a bit of curb. Back to third. Oh, a little bit of lock up as the car goes light, but it's still good. Onto the brakes, get that nose in. Oh wow, we monstered that curb there. Had more turning than I expected. So flat out towards Flungplatz we go. It's not ballistic in a straight line, but it feels fast. I think that's because of the sound really. Right, flat out over Flungplatz, we're going to have a dabber brake, get that nose in, there we go, back on the power. Could maybe do that with a little bit of a lift. Right, flat out towards Schredenkreuz we go, up to 6th gear, and here it comes. Absolutely, a really stable car, you can tell this is a four-wheel drive car. We're going to have a dabber brake, get the nose in, back on the power, yes, and then hard on the brakes. Just fighting with, try not to lock up those front tyres. Right, back on the power. The power is so linear. That's just NA for you. Right, flat out through the foxholes, skimming each curb. These would have been fantastic to drive around here. Flat out through the compression. On the brakes, up over that curb. Absolute monster that curb. This car really takes the curbs well. Oh yes, and a little bit of a slide there, and flat out on the power. Yeah, you can tell this is set up for the kind of tracks that there are high curbs, street circuits, that kind of thing. Alright, flat out, gonna have a dabber brake, get the nose in. Frank Beila livery. This is the legend himself that took BTTCC, too many letters in there, by storm in this four-wheel drive Audi. Really neutered it in the second half though. Right, flat out towards miss hit miss. We're going to have this fascia cane, a little lift, get the nose in. There we go, and then miss hit miss, dabber brake. Bit of heaviness over the front axle, but that's okay. Hard on the accelerator, early on the brakes. Try and avoid that lock up. Oh god, the traction. Oh, this is so good to drive. Literally, you can get on the power and it'll pull you through the corner. You can really feel that four-wheel drive system working. Maybe that's where it lacks a little bit, which is the lift. Boy, the braking into a corner. If you want a trail brake, that's where I feel like you feel the weight of the nose of the car. Right, flat out through the Lauda kink. Easy. And then spot our braking point. Hard on the brakes. Oh yes. There you go. It's so early on the power. Yeah, I think this will struggle in that trail braking kind of tightening corner. But your 90-degree corners, your hairpins, this thing is going to be in traditional kind of corners. This is going to be a really good car. Right, accelerating up the hill. That's 6th gear, 220 almost kph. It's not stupidly fast. It's not a very powerful car. In fact, we're losing speed as we go up, so we'll go down 1 gear. Gonna have dab a brake, get the nose in. Oh yes. Probably maybe take that with a lift. Both the rise, we can annihilate that curb up on 2 wheels. And hard on the brakes. Get the nose in. Oh yes. And even get on the power enough in lower gears like 2nd gear, you can really feel the rear chasing you around the corner. Right. Into the carousel, 2nd gear. Oh yes, we are carrying a load of speed through there. Well, it feels at least. Right, into the roller coaster section. So this is all about stability and curb riding really, and keeping the momentum through here, so it should be strong. The car does feel fairly heavy, but that just makes it feel quite solid and planted. Get that nose in, come on. Power, 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 power. Maybe another 50 horsepower will be good. Right, into Whifbitz. Lift. Dab a brake. That's where the understeer hits. Oh, yes. Get the nose in, yes. A little bit of oversteer as we come over the rise. Yes, really enjoying this car. Comes from the 911 Turbo S last week, where I just really didn't enjoy it at all. Right, flat out, brunchen. Get the nose in. Wind a bit of lock on just to try and help that, and you look at that, riding the curb so well. Often race cars don't like the kind of curbs. Dab a brake, get the nose in, come on, come on, come on. Maybe a bit too much brake there. Took away a little bit of momentum. Up over the rise, front goes light, but just so planted. Normally that's scary, but I could drive this car for hours. Literally, it doesn't feel like I'm fighting with it to get the speed out of it. Even there, the worst corner on the track, very well behaved. Come on, baby carousel now. I'm going to go to 3rd and try and whip it around. There we go. Keep it in the camber. Right, flat out. Last corner before dotting get her. Gonna have a dabber brake. Nice. Oh, hit the curb there. Could have thrown us off, but didn't really. Oh, just backed out of it in there. Just as the speed was increasing, the understeer was increasing. Right, down the dot and get her. Up to 220. This will be flat out. And I think this is where we're going to lose out, because what we're doing now, 235. It's not that fast in a straight line. Enjoy the view. We've got the Devil's Diner up here on the right. Go get some pancakes. We don't have the 7th gear. That's 3, 2, 4, 5. We might get a few more kph as we go down the hill here. But yeah, there's 250, but that's about it. A bump in the limiter. And they go flat out through here. Got plenty of grip, and then hard on the brakes. The downshifts sound amazing. You can really hear it's a pneumatic system hammering in those gears. Right, flat out across the line we go. And there we go. Whoa, this was good fun. I tell you what, there is time in this car. You could probably go, quieting down the drivetrain there. You could probably go faster than this, but it's so enjoyable to drive. This would be a great drive for an hour and a half, endurance. I could really enjoy that. Well, let's see how fast it's gone then. So I had to go back and time the lap, because for whatever reason RaceRoom didn't grab that lap, but it was a 7 minutes 19.274. So that's really impressive, and a lot faster than I thought this car would go. And you know what? I think it could go even faster. I'm actually going to once I've finished recording this video and editing it, I'm going to go back into sim and just go and hammer out a couple of laps, because I really thoroughly enjoyed driving this car around this track, and I hope you guys and girls did too. And if you want to see more, give it a thumbs up, because that's muchly appreciated. Oh, actually, before we get to that, we didn't actually look at the leaderboard. Let's have a look where it sits. So it actually goes one position behind the Porsche 911 Turbo S that we did last week, in 58th. That's a really impressive lap. In the intro, we thought this would be around a bit slower than WTCR World Touring Cars that we did round here, or around about the BMW M4. But this has got some serious speed, really confidence and inspiring, and I reckon just a little bit more time with this setup, you could probably get it down to around a 7-minute 10-ish, around about that time. So that's really impressive. But as well, back to the outro. If you like it, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. That's okay, but put a comment down below how I can do it better. Until the next video, goodbye and have a good one.